Loading scenario 127.
Now, we shall see how impressive you truly are.
Hello gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tnek127 and welcome back to another Spacelords video. Now before we get into today's video, I do got a big fat disclaimer to make. This video is sponsored by Mercury Steam. Mercury Steam were able to provide me with all of the things I needed to showcase new items and stuff like that in this video, as well as the next video I have coming up. And if you guys look in this mission very carefully, look at all the surroundings, you actually have a big hint to what my next Spacelords video is going to be about. All I can say is this mission plays a big part in what that video is. But anyway, guys, what I want to talk about today was Spacelords in 2019. Now, another disclaimer I do want to throw in there as well. Remember, just because a video is sponsored, it does not sway my opinion of the game, whether I love a game, hate a game, or just, think the developer sucks and I want to let them have it. It doesn't matter how sponsored, how much they pay me, or how much content I get. That's what happens in my videos. But if you don't know what Spacelords is I don't want to call it a looter shooter. I want to call it more of a shooter booster kind of thing, because yes, your objective is to get better weapons and stuff like that, and everything, but it's more so about like putting the best card builds together. Making sure your weapons are up to par, of course, like and things like that. But it's not about just going around killing random enemies and getting loot drops. Like for the most part in these missions, most of these enemies drops are ammo, aleph, and buffs. And if you don't know what aleph is, it's pretty much the item used to power a lot of things in mission. It's used to take down a lot of objectives, kill a lot of bosses. It also powers up your character and helps with melee. But yeah, so Spacelords kind of runs like your typical looter shooter, but it's more so just a co-op shooter with a very nice PvP element that's relevant to Dark Souls. If you don't know, an invader can invade your mission at any given moment. Well, that's before the mission starts. If the mission started and you don't have an invader, then you're not going to have one. But there's always a chance that an antagonist is going to invade your mission and be able to crumble you. And this game does not hold your hand. About it. You're going to have him all throughout your mission, all during that difficult boss fight. If there is 100+ enemies on your screen, guess what? That invader is going to be right there fighting you with those 100+ enemies on your screen. So you got to have a good team coordination, a good set of abilities and stuff like that, and know what you're doing. But the grind's very addictive in this game, and not to mention they have also added a new in-game store, which just brings a whole breath of life to the game. If you've been noticing, as I've been playing with my Mika here in this video, she's now using a sword. Now the cool thing about it is this sword gives no cosmetic advantage whatsoever. It's simply just a new melee animation. But at the same time, being able to carry a sword, especially you guys know me as an MMO player, I love my blades. It adds a whole new breath of life to the game. Not only do I have this really fine character with my, one of my favorite guns to use in most shooters, an assault rifle, but whenever I need to do that close quarters combat, now I can just whip a sword out of my back pocket and start swinging it around like I'm Dante from Devil May Cry. And not to mention, this shop has really fair pricing. This silly little sword cost me the equivalent of about $3 or $4 US just to have that sword equipment. Like I said, it offers no competitive advantage whatsoever. It's literally just a melee item that changes the melee animation. A person who's punching and kicking has just as much of a chance to beat me than with me having that sword. And not to mention, the store, for the most part, a lot of the same stuff that they've sold is still in here. There's new emotes, different dances, and things like that. But the store, for the most part, is just more of a place, to organize like the skins. They have weapon skins now, and a lot of weapon skins do look really cool. There are things from like hologram looking skins to having like glowing beams of ice on them. There's all kinds of different awesome goodies and things for you to play with. And not to mention, they have added a plethora of new characters since the game started. And remember, guys, Spacelords is now 100% free to play. All campaigns are free. It's not like when it was Raiders of the Broken Planet anymore. There is no more, buying every campaign when it comes out. And do remember that, they do have some content coming up. And not to mention, as well, the game is also going to be featuring character trials soon. As you know, in Spacelords, a lot of the characters, you have to, unlock them by leveling, grinding currency, and all that fun stuff. Well, now you have the option to try a character out before you buy. Because let's face it, we all know Spacelords' character unlocks. It's a pretty grindy process. I'm not gonna lie about that. Especially a lot of times to get the character you want, you have to go through some hefty levels. You have to go through a lot. There's a lot of missions you need to grind, a lot of PvP, a lot of frustrating antagonists you have to deal with just to unlock that one person, and you may not even like that character. You just see how they look, don't know much about them, and you may be dissatisfied with their weapon. Well, the amazing news about that is in an update coming very soon, Mercury Steam is going to be adding the feature to try out characters. And mind you, these trials are very nice and generous. It's not some, 10, 15 minute trial. It lets you try this character for 5 days. You get almost a week to decide, whether you enjoy playing with this character or not. And I personally think, that's just an amazing new feature. And I honestly can't wait to get that implemented. And remember, guys, Spacelords does support crossplay on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, Xbox and PS4 can't play together, but Xbox and the Microsoft version on PC can play together, and I believe it's PlayStation 4 and Steam that can play together. I'm pretty sure that's how the crossplay works. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments below. But guys, now is really a good time to get into Spacelords, especially with the new content they have coming up. There is another character they plan on adding to the game, and I'm not going to say, I know that there's new missions and things like that coming for sure, but usually in Spacelords, when you have to unlock a character, they're usually locked behind a certain mission. There's always lore and stuff like that behind these characters. So I'm going to say that there's a 50-50 shot that when Zuma, the new character, actually does drop. I believe her name is Zuma or Suma. I hope I'm saying her name right. Please forgive me if I'm butchering that name or saying it wrong. But that when she does come out, that there's probably going to be some new mission or maybe even new missions with her. Unfortunately, though, I don't know that information. Haven't got any answers from the dev team about that one yet. We don't know what's all coming with Zuma, but guys, if it follows the traditional, Raiders of the Broken Planet, aka Spacelords pattern, all these characters were always just involved in a mission. They either had to be rescued or they were a boss that you fought. Look at Dr. Kuzman, look at Aneska, who's now a character, and things like that. So I'm positive that there's going to be some crazy way to get Suma too. Of course she's probably going to have to be unlocked via currency and leveling and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a level or something that revolves around her. But guys, Spacelords has a really high level cap, a fun grind, PvE and fun PvP functions. You can go in as a raider, grind out the stuff you need. You can go in as an antagonist and screw up somebody's day. I've shown you guys me doing that here plenty of times on the channel. But yeah, guys, trust me, if y'all want to get into Spacelords, now is the right time. But anyway, guys, y'all enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button for me, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tnek127, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace out, take care.